So, believe it or not, we actually have some good news to talk about today, which is pretty rare. But if you're a Democrat or someone who leans Democratic or progressive, you've actually had a very strong year politically. Not financially, not in terms of everything else happening in the country, but as a political party, Democrats just had their best year in modern history. And I don't just mean their best year according to an analysis of every election that took place this year, special elections and regularly scheduled elections alike. Democrats flipped 21% of Republican held seats that were up for election. That's 21% of GOP controlled seats, coast to coast, flipped to Democrats. And this didn't just happen in swing districts. Democrats flipped long standing Republican strongholds, places that had voted Republican for more than 100 years. In some of these areas, voters finally said, after a century of this, it's not working. We're ready to try something different. In modern political history, no party has ever hit that 21% flip mark. The closest was in 2017 when Democrats flipped 20% of Republican seats, and we all remember what followed. 2018's massive blue wave when Democrats retook the House and the Senate. So, yeah, this certainly suggests Democrats could be positioned for even bigger gains going forward. These victories are genuinely impressive, but it's important to be honest about why they happened. This wasn't necessarily because voters suddenly decided Democrats were better. It was because they realized what they'd been sticking with wasn't working and they were willing to give Democrats a chance. Now the pressure is on Democrats. Now they have to deliver at the national level. That's harder. Republicans still control much of the power, but at the local and state levels where Democrats made these gains, there are no excuses. This is where they have to fight for the working class. This is where they have to help people struggling to afford food, housing, and basic necessities. You can't just say vote for me because I'm not a Republican, or things will be better now because I'm not a Republican. That's not enough. This isn't the time for talking points or finger pointing. This is the time to deliver real results, son. Because if Democrats do that at the local and state level, they can convince voters who've been skeptical for decades that maybe it's time to give them a shot nationally too. But that only happens if they deliver. The easy part, the elections, that's over now. Comes the hard part, governing, legislating, and producing real outcomes for real people. I believe they can do it. I hope they do it. And I want to have faith in the Democratic Party I've been a member of since I was 18 years old. These wins are phenomenal. Let's just hope Democrats build on them and carry that momentum into 2026. Thanks for watching. And if you're not already subscribed, please do. And don't forget to like, comment, and share this video.